The screen fades in with rolling clouds over the Scottish Highlands. A single heartbeat echoes as Claire's voice whispers about the price of love. The wind howls across the stones of Craignadoon. Then we see Jamie's weathered face lit by the glow of firelight. His eyes carry the weight of decades, yet they burn with the same fierce love. One fleeting shot shows blood on the snow and a cry of grief from someone unseen. The trailer does not speak it out loud, but we can feel it. Season 8 is coming, and it will test every bond they hold dear. The new trailer opens with wide sweeping shots of the Highlands, mist curling over dark hills as drums pound softly in the distance. It feels heavier than any season before, almost like a final chapter being written. Claire stands alone near the standing stones, her hands trembling as she holds a yellowed letter. We hear her voice, calm yet breaking, speaking about how love can survive centuries yet fall apart in a single moment. Then Jamie appears, riding through the forest at dawn, his cloak torn, his face marked with new scars. The look in his eyes is not fear but urgency, as if time itself is slipping through his fingers. The trailer cuts fast between moments of war and fragile peace. Brianna is shown cradling her child in the 20th century, while Roger stands in the doorway behind her, watching her with silent worry. Their home feels warm, but a single ticking clock in the background reminds us that time is not done with them yet. In another flash, Ian stands with his bow drawn on a battlefield shrouded in fog, arrows flying around him like falling stars. We see a new figure, dressed in red, walking through the wreckage with slow, deliberate steps, their face hidden in shadow. The music grows louder, almost drowning out the whispers of the characters, and then stops suddenly. In the silence that follows, Claire and Jamie stand together on a cliff above the sea. She places her hand on his chest as he looks out at the storm clouds on the horizon. The camera lingers on them not as lovers but as survivors. This shot alone tells us everything. They are preparing for their hardest battle yet. As lightning cracks across the sky, the title card appears in cold silver letters. Outlander. Season 8. The journey is not over. Not yet. The trailer leaves more questions than answers, and every glance from the characters feels like a silent warning. Claire's scenes are wrapped in an air of quiet sorrow. She walks through Lallybroch's empty halls, her fingertips brushing over faded portraits as if she is saying goodbye. Her voice speaks of the cost of love, of how the heart remembers even when the world forgets. It feels like she is preparing for something final, something that may take her from Jamie, or from the world they fought to build. The camera shows her hands trembling slightly as she gathers her medical tools. This is not the steady healer we have known. This is a woman who knows time is running out. Jamie's moments are heavier, almost burdened. He stands on a battlefield soaked in fog, sword lowered, as if victory no longer brings him peace. His hair is streaked with gray now, and the light in his eyes flickers between rage and tenderness. When he looks at Claire in the cliff scene, it is not just love. It is farewell wrapped in devotion. The trailer shows him riding alone through a forest, chased by unseen figures, and it feels symbolic, as though he is racing against fate itself. Every movement speaks of urgency, of a man ready to give his last breath to protect everything he holds sacred. Brianna and Roger carry a different tension. They are shown in their modern home, safe yet restless. Brianna stares out the window as snow falls, her hand pressed to the glass. Roger watches her with silent fear, as if he senses that the past is pulling her back. A brief flash shows them both standing at the stones again, wind tearing at their coats, their child nowhere in sight. The look on Brianna's face is not longing but dread, and it hints that they may have to choose between the safety of their own time and the survival of their family. The trailer does not say if they make the leap, but the weight of the choice is clear. Then there is Ian, the quiet warrior, who seems caught between worlds. He kneels beside a wounded man on a smoky battlefield, whispering something we cannot hear. His face is calm, almost too calm, and when he rises, the camera lingers on his eyes. They are colder than before. Something has changed in him. There is also the shadowed figure in red, moving through fire and chaos without fear, their face hidden even as they stand inches from the camera. This mystery figure could be a ghost from Jamie's past, or a spark that ignites the final war. Their presence burns through the trailer like a warning, and the silence around them says more than words ever could. Season 8 is not just a continuation. It feels like a reckoning. Every character carries a weight they can no longer set down, and the path ahead seems lined with choices that will break their hearts. The trailer does not offer comfort. It offers a challenge. It whispers that the past is coming for them, and this time, not all of them will make it through. After all the shadows and silence, the trailer leaves one question echoing louder than the rest. When will this final chapter begin? For months, whispers have moved through the fandom like wind through the moors. Now at last, the answers have started to surface. The closing seconds of the trailer do not scream the date in bright letters. Instead, the screen fades to black, and a single line appears in silver text. Coming 2025. No month. No day. Just a year, heavy with promise. It is a simple message, but it lands like a heartbeat. The end is not here yet, but it is coming. Behind the scenes, production on Season 8 has been a journey of its own. Filming began under the grey skies of Scotland, with the cast returning to familiar stone corridors and wild hills that have carried their stories for nearly a decade. Leaked set photos showed Jamie in a darker, battle-worn costume, and Claire wrapped in a storm-gray cloak, her hair streaked with silver. Crew members spoke of long night shoots on rain-soaked fields, of final scenes that pushed every emotion to its breaking point. It feels less like another season, and more like the closing chapter of a saga that has become part of television history. Starz has confirmed that Season 8 will be the final season, and that the story will be told across 10 episodes. Each one is said to be longer than usual, giving space for the emotional weight this ending demands. There are strong hints that the season will be split into 2 parts, with the first half expected in early 2025 and the second in late 2025. It mirrors what they did with Season 7, stretching the goodbye so fans can breathe between heartbreaks. The network has not revealed exact dates yet, but their pattern is clear. Outlander has always returned in the spring or summer months, and all signs point to the same path this time. The wait may feel endless, but the trailer makes one thing certain. This will not be a quiet farewell. It will be loud, haunting, and unforgettable. When Season 8 finally arrives, it will not just close a story. It will close an era. The stones will fall silent, and the voices that once echoed across the Highlands will fade into legend. That is why the release date matters so deeply to fans. It is not just when the season airs. It is the moment they begin to say goodbye. The screen fades back to the rolling hills, silent under a pale dawn. For a moment there is nothing but the whisper of wind across the stones. Then the echoes return. Fragments of laughter, cries, promises whispered under the stars. 8 seasons have carried Claire and Jamie across centuries, through wars, betrayals, and miracles. Yet somehow their love still stands. This trailer is not just a glimpse of the future. It is a reminder of everything they have survived. Every scar on Jamie's face tells of battles fought for love. Every shadow in Claire's eyes tells of hearts she refused to let go. Season 8 promises more than drama. It promises closure, the kind that breaks and heals at the same time. For longtime fans, this is more than a television return. It is the last climb of a mountain they have walked for years. Every moment in the trailer hums with finality, like the quiet before the last page turns. Some stories fade away quietly, but Outlander is choosing to blaze out in fire and thunder. The characters are not walking into this season as they were. They are walking in as legends, carrying the weight of every heart that has followed them since the beginning. When the final credits roll, the stones will still stand, but the voices will be gone, and that is what makes this chapter feel sacred. Now the choice rests with the viewers. The trailer has opened the door one last time, and it will not open again. This is the moment to gather every theory, every memory, every piece of hope, and carry it into the final ride. What moment from the trailer struck you the most? Was it Claire's trembling hands? Jamie's scarred face? Brianna's silent fear? Share your thoughts in the comments and keep the fire of this story alive while we wait. Like this video if the trailer shook your heart. Subscribe and turn on the bell, so when Season 8 finally arrives, you will be here the second the first note of the theme song begins. The journey is not over yet. One last chapter remains, and it belongs to all of us. There are shows that entertain, and there are stories that carve their way into the hearts of those who watch them. Outlander has never been just a show. It has been a living, breathing journey. A tapestry of love, loss, time, and resilience woven across centuries. Each frame of the trailer feels like the echo of everything this world has given its fans. When Claire first stepped through the stones, she was just a woman out of place and out of time. Now she stands as a symbol of unshakable love, the kind that bends history itself. The trailer shows her older, slower, but unbroken, a soul who has carried the weight of lifetimes and still chooses love. Jaime began as a warrior, fierce and unyielding. Over the years, he became more than a sword in battle. He became a fortress of loyalty, a man who could burn kingdoms down or build them from ashes if it meant keeping his family safe. Season 8 shows him at his most human, marked by age, scarred by war, yet more alive than ever. The power in his silence speaks louder than the roar of armies. When he looks at Claire in the trailer, it is not the fire of youth in his eyes, but the calm of a man who has loved one soul across centuries and would do it all again, even knowing the pain. For the fans who have walked with them through every storm, Season 8 will be more than an ending. It will be a farewell to years of love, loss, and longing. It will be the final heartbeat of a story that taught millions that love can survive time, and that courage can rise even from brokenness. The stones will soon stand silent, their power fading into legend. But the story they carried will remain in the hearts of every viewer who believed in it. Outlander may close its final chapter, but the love it gave the world will not vanish. It will linger, quiet, eternal, like the echo of footsteps through the highlands long after the travelers have gone. Across the world, the trailer has struck like a silent storm. Within hours of its release, social media flooded with messages from fans who have carried this story in their hearts for years. Some shared pictures of themselves watching the early seasons, tears on their faces as they saw Claire and Jaime in their youth again. Others posted side-by-side photos, them as teenagers when Outlander first began, and them now, older, grown, yet still holding on to these same characters like old friends. The reactions are not just excitement. They are grief wrapped in love. It feels less like waiting for a new season, and more like preparing to say goodbye to someone you have known half your life. Fan forums have turned into gathering places of shared memories. People write about how this show carried them through heartbreak, through loss, through years when hope felt far away. They speak about how Claire's courage helped them face their own storms, how Jaime's loyalty reminded them that love can still be fierce, even when the world feels cruel. Some fans are rewatching every season together in virtual watch parties, counting down the days, creating art, writing letters to the cast. The trailer has not just awakened nostalgia, it has awakened gratitude. Gratitude for the laughter, the tears, the long nights spent lost in the highlands. This final season is not only closing a story, it is closing a shared era in thousands of lives. Outlander became a thread that connected strangers across oceans and time zones. People who might never meet have cried over the same moments, whispered the same lines, and carried the same heartbeat through their years. As the fandom waits for the curtain to fall, they are not just waiting to see what happens. They are holding hands across the world, saying one last thank you to the story that gave them hope. When Season 8 begins, it will not just be an ending on screen. It will be a farewell whispered by millions of hearts at once. The storm has passed, and the highlands stand silent under a fading sunset. The voices that once filled these hills are quiet now. Claire's laughter, Jaime's oath, the cries of battles long won and long lost. They drift away like smoke in the wind. This is where their journey began, and this is where it will end. The trailer shows only glimpses, yet every frame carries the weight of goodbye. It is not the kind of ending that arrives suddenly. It is the slow closing of a book you never wanted to finish. The soft turning of the final page as your heart lingers on the words you cannot let go. Season 8 will not just end a series. It will end an era. For years, Outlander has been more than entertainment. It has been a sanctuary, a place where love defied centuries, where courage was born from heartbreak, where even time could not break the bonds of the heart. It taught us that love is not a moment, but a choice made again and again, even when the world stands against it. That message has carried fans through their own storms, their own years of loss and hope. And when the last episode fades to black, that message will remain, so let this be more than a goodbye. Let it be a promise. When the final scene plays and the stones stand silent once more, carry this story with you. Carry Claire's strength, Jamie's devotion, Brianna's hope, Roger's faith, Ian's loyalty. Carry the heartbeat of the Highlands in your chest. Because even when the credits roll, Outlander will not be gone. It will live on in every soul it touched, in every life it changed, in every heart that still believes love can outlast time itself. The end is coming, but their love will echo forever.